This is 15 things that I wish I knew about college when I went to college 5 years ago. The first thing is that tuition and room and board at every school goes up, and it's really right now it's going up 2 or 3 times as fast as financial aid and scholarships are. So every year it's just a higher and higher price to go to school, and the scholarships and the financial aid aren't going up as quickly. So I wouldn't go to a school just because that's a school that your family usually goes to, or just because you know people have went there or gone there in the past. It may not be the same situation now because it costs way more to go there and the scholarships are the same. The second thing is, when you look at the price of the school and it looks like super high, you're probably going to think, if you're like me, you're going to think there's no way it costs that much. It really does cost that much. Now, private schools and public schools, they really end up costing the same. Private schools will have a higher tuition usually, but they give more scholarships, so the price just ends up being the same. Just apply to both, do your scholarships to both, and figure out which one is actually cheaper. The third thing is to write essays. At one point, I won a $5,000 essay that only 13 people applied for. So write the essays. You really don't have to write a whole lot. You can copy and paste your essay and put it on every single scholarship. It's like half a page, but definitely write the essays for scholarships. The fourth thing, some people would say don't borrow any money to go to college. Some people would say you can borrow as much as you want to because a college degree is just amazing. I would say, and you can disagree with me, that's fine. I would say you can borrow the $5,500 per year. So if you graduate in 4 years, that would be $22,000 that you owed, which is a good bit. Don't downplay that, but that is payable. That's going to be okay once you get into the adult life. As long as you have a good degree and you get a job with your degree, you're going to be able to pay that. If you take a whole lot more than that, it's going to add up quickly. And that $5,500, it's government subsidized loan, so you might look at them like subsidized, not a big deal. All that means is you don't pay interest until you get out of school. So if I were you, I would not take more than the $5,500 loan per year. The fifth thing is, do not count on the FAFSA to save you. Even if you get good financial aid, it's usually not just going to say you go for free, you go for free, you go for free. You're going to get some grants and some other things if your family's expected contribution is zero, but it's not going to let you go anywhere for free. You're still going to need to make a good decision. The sixth thing is you have to graduate in 4 years or less, because your scholarships last and your financial aid, they last for 4 years. So after 4 years, you have to pay sticker price for the university, and you don't want to do that. If you graduate in less than 4 years, that's also awesome. And also, when I say do not borrow more than $5,500, I forgot about this. If you're going to med school, that does not apply, because you're going to be making a lot of money and you can pay those loans back. All right, number 7, be careful not to choose a college because you have a small athletic scholarship. So that is definitely something to be proud of and something you've worked for. But if a school says, hey, we can offer you a little bit of money to come play sports here, make sure you check out your financial package and see what the final price is that you're going to have to pay. Because if somebody says, hey, you're going to pay $60,000 to play sports for 4 more years, you probably wouldn't do that. And that would be $15,000 a year, which at a lot of schools is just normal. You pay $15,000 a year even after your financial aid. You probably wouldn't do that. Now, again, be proud of that scholarship, but make sure that your grades are good, that your financial aid is good, and that you have other scholarships that are going to help you go to school there. Number 8, college employees are awesome. In my experience at least, professors, the financial aid people, the admissions, everybody there is trying to help you, and they really are all great people. They're not greedy, but there is one thing that they will all tell you. When you tour the school, they're all going to say, every employer is looking for graduates from this university. And some universities are better than others, and you get a better education, as in your classes are harder and stuff. But in the end, what you need is you need the piece of paper. So don't get too caught up on, I'm going to pay $80,000 more so that my college degree says this school on it. Really, you just make sure you get the piece of paper. Number 9 is do not get a degree for a job that you do not need a degree. So many colleges are offering degrees that just don't have good job outlooks. And so if you look at a a major, and I've seen a lot of people do this, and I'm the same way. I look at these things like, I would love to do that. That sounds so cool. But if you look at a major and it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Your healthcare jobs, your technology, your STEM jobs, as they say, your science, technology, your engineering, and math, which would be like business, accounting, those jobs are always going to be there. Teaching is always going to be there, and it's a good career. Just make sure you don't take out a ton of loans to be a teacher, because it's harder to pay back. And number 9, this is for high school graduates, because I was in the same boat, and even while you're in college, do not downplay money. So I'm a Christian, and I know that the Bible says that the love of money is root of all evil, and I agree with that. It's correct. But at the same time, when people tell you, you need to make money, you need to do this, you need to do this, they're not telling you because they're greedy and they want to be rich. They're just telling you because the cost of living is high, and you're going to want to be able to support yourself. And when it comes down to it, if you think about, I know when I was graduating, I'm thinking a teacher, $40,000 a year, that doesn't seem that bad. But after taxes and insurance and everything else, you're not really making anywhere close to that. Number 10 is write out what you like about different schools. I would say that it's okay to choose a school that costs a little bit more if it's a school that you really like, you have friends there, you know you're going to be comfortable there, etc. Because if you really are enjoying it, you're more likely to stay in school. However, you could realize that it just feels right might actually means you like the landscaping at the school better. And there's a reason that all colleges have just a great lawn and they have great trees and great grass and everything, because you get hooked on it and you really don't know why. You just think you like the school better, but I would write it out so you know for sure this is why I'd rather go there. This is why I'd rather pay a little bit more money to be in school there. Number 11. College actually only lasts about 7 months out of the year. The semesters are shorter than high school. So when you think, I'm going to college, this determines my next 4 years, really it adds up to like 2.5 years. So in high school you have 2.5 to 3 months of summer, and even during summer, if you play sports or band, you're practicing. If you do other activities, you're practicing for it for your high school. And if you have high school friends, you're hanging out with them during the summer. Whereas in college, you've got half a year you're in school, and then other than that half a year, you're at home and you're with your family and your friends from home. And so I would not plan your life around friends that you haven't met yet, or friends that you think you're going to meet in college, because you're really not going to be with them as long as you think. Number 12, I would say do not rule out technical schools because they don't sound as fun, because it's not going to be too long, you're going to be out of school, and a lot of people are going to have a lot of debt, and if you go to technical school, you probably won't have any debt at all, and it's going to be really nice. Number 13, if you want to go to a school but don't have enough scholarships, just tell the school and be honest with them, and you need to have a number to say, okay, I have to get into school for this much a year, this is only what I can afford. And sometimes they'll say, hey, we can't really help you out, and they'll tell you this is a really good price, and it may be true, it may be not true, but be ready to walk away if the school doesn't give you the price that you want, because a lot of times they will be able to help you out, whether it's $1,000 or $1,500 a year. That really adds up. That's $4,000 to $6,000 overall. That's a lot. Number 14, and this is just my opinion, so if you disagree with this, this is okay, but colleges would disagree, and a lot of other people would disagree, but you can gain a master's degree worth of information just by reading credible books and credible articles on the internet. So I would only pay to further your education, or even get a bachelor's degree if it directly impacts your career, such as if you're a teacher, you want to get your master's degree so you get your pay raise. Obviously, if you're a doctor, you're going to get your doctorate. Whatever, you are going to further your career by doing that, but I wouldn't just pay $30,000 to gain information that nowadays you could gain on the internet just because it's the trend to pay $30,000 to do that. And that's only 14. I thought I had 15, but I did not have 15. And so I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.